أعلن عن بدء إطلاق أو بدء تنفيذ الحزمة الحماية الاجتماعية اللي وجه فخامة الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي رئيس الجمهورية الحكومة بتنفيذها بالتعاون مع المجتمع المدني كحزمة استثنائية وإضافية لطبعا مواجهة الأزمة العالمية الكبرى اللي تسببت فيها الحرب الروسية الأوكرانية. ويمكن احنا كنا أعلنا إن احنا لما أعلنا عن هذه الحزمة بعد ما تم عرضها على فخامة الرئيس قلنا ان احنا هناخد حوالي شهر علشان يعني انهاء كل الاعمال اللوجستية والترتيبات المطلوبة عشان نبدأ التنفيذ. وبالتالي يعني احنا كان تقديرنا ان شاء الله هنبدأ اعتبارا من 1/9 يعني اول الشهر القادم على طول بدء فعلا التطبيق الفعلي على الارض. وعشان كده النهاردة ان احنا نعمل مؤتمر ونشرف بلقاء حضراتكم علشان نطلق هذا البرنامج بالفعل ونبدأ الخطوات التنفيذية. لكن الحقيقة قبل ما اتكلم على هذا الموضوع انا حابب النهاردة ان انا يعني اقول حاجة مهمة جدا. النهاردة مجلس الوزراء الحقيقة ناقش العديد من الموضوعات، ولكن هناك كان الحقيقة عرض من معالي وزيرة التخطيط والتنمية الاقتصادية عن الارقام اللي انتهى بيها العام المالي الماضي 21/22 اللي هو يعني خلص في 30 يونيو الماضي. انا عايز اقول لحضراتكم ان نمو الاقتصاد المصري في هذا العام اللي هو 21/22 نما بنسبة 6.6%، وده من اعلى الارقام اللي سجلها الاقتصاد المصري كنمو على مدار السنوات الماضية. يعني أنا بس حابب أن أنا أقول هذا الموضوع بالرغم من أن الربع الأخير من هذا العام كان ربع صعب جدا اللي هو كله شهد الحرب الروسية الأوكرانية وتأثر معدلاتنا التنموية به. وبالتالي احنا كنا متوقعين ان العام ينتهي بحوالي 6.1 او 6.2، لكن فعليا بعد يعني الارقام ما تم مراجعتها المؤشرات الاولية بتقول ان الاقتصاد نما ب6.6. الشيء الاخر الجيد جدا ان البطالة استقرت على 7.2% كنسبة، ودي كلها ارقام مشجعة. لكن طبعا يظل التحدي طبعا الحقيقي اللي شهدته الدولة وزي العالم كله هو ارتفاع معدلات التضخم، وده طبعا ظاهرة عالمية واكيد حضراتكم متابعين اللي بيحصل على مستوى العالم، واللي خلى التضخم طبعا عندنا وصل الى 14.6% طبقا لارقام الشهر اللي كان اعلنها الجهاز المركزي للتعبئة العامة والاحصاء. وبالتالي هنا انا عايز اقول ان اداء الدولة بالرغم من كل التحديات اللي احنا واجهناها اللي هي الغير مسبوقة، الخطوات اللي يعني سيادة الرئيس وجه بيها واللي الاقتصاد بيتحرك بيها بتثبت ان مصر يعني اصبحت كاقتصاد قوي وقادر على الصمود والتعامل مع الازمات الكبيرة. ولكن يبقى التحدي الاكبر طبعا هو قدرتنا على الاستمرار مع طول الازمة. وعشان كده لما بناخد اجراءات كثيرة كدولة كإجراءات حمائية وكإجراءات تقشفية وكإجراءات ازاي ان احنا نتعامل في الموازنة عشان نحافظ على استقرار الدولة المصرية، بيبقى الموضوع ده يعني بيبقى وليد طبعا يعني التطورات اللي بتحصل لحظة بلحظة ويوم بيوم. وبالتالي احنا بنحاول بقدر الامكان يبقى لدينا مساحة من المرونة للتدخل. وعشان كده كانت فكرة ان يبقى عندي احتياطي في هذا العام حوالي 130 مليار حاطينه كاحتياطي عام عشان نقدر نتدخل بيه ونتعامل بيه بأي مبادرة أو أي إجراء احنا شايفين انه هيحصل نتيجة لظروف مرة أخرى احنا مش مسؤولين عنها وبتستجد علينا. ومنها هذه الحزمة اللي احنا النهاردة بنقول عليها الحزمة الحماية الاجتماعية الجديدة، دي كلها هتبقى من خلال هذه الاحتياطات العامة اللي كانت الدولة حطاها والحكومة حطاها عشان نعمل هذا الموضوع. لكن هناك نقطة معلش أنا قبل ما أبدأ مرة أخرى في موضوع الحزمة ونعلن عنها، أيضا كان من يومين الحقيقة كان المجموعة الخاصة بتنمية الأسرة المصرية بيعرضوا علينا الزيادة السكانية. ومصر يعني أنا عايز أقول لحضراتكم سيظل التحدي الكبير جدا عندنا هو تحدي الزيادة السكانية. احنا تقديراتنا طبقا للأرقام اللي اتحققت في أول 7 شهور ان هذا العام عام 22 هيبقى عدد المواليد 2,185,000.
we have like
عدد المواليد.
2 million,
الرقم ده أقل من
more than 2,850,000.
سنين اللي فاتوا
The total number of those
ولكن يمكن السنة
born,
كانت أقل هي السنة اللي فاتت.
maybe last year it has been a bit less
هناك كان يعني
for the reasons of corona maybe.
على عملية الإنجاب بالصورة الطبيعية. لكن
However, overpopulation remains a real challenge, and the numbers are showing us that the numbers are really challenging concerning the overpopulation problem.
قصادهم بيبقى في معدل وفيات نقدر نقول
Definitely we have in front of that more than 500,000 concerning the rate is considered to be a bit normal this year. 1,600,000.
هو أحيانا بيعادل سكان دول.
This is a huge number, and I'm saying this as a message to all Egyptians. Any sort of effort that is exerted on behalf of the state and the government, which is a real effort, a huge effort has been exerted in that respect, that is witnessed by Egypt also in the coming stage, and I'm talking to you frankly and honestly. All that effort is going to go in vain if we are going to witness this sense of acceleration in the overpopulation problem. That's why we as Egyptians, we have to make a point here and a stop here that we need to a great extent now to reconsider this issue. We are all, of course, we love our country. We stand by our country. If we're thinking of we have a program and we have this sense of awareness in the coming 10 years that the rate of for the new families, the youth who are going to be newlyweds, the kids would not exceed like 2 kids per family. We're going to find that those numbers and those rates will be declining so that we will be able to achieve our objectives. And with all the huge projects that we are carrying out, people will really feel that a lot has been achieved, and we will be able to like bridge this sense of gap that has been there 30 or 40 years concerning the challenges for schools, for hospitals. We as a government did find and face those challenges that has been there accumulating over more than 40 years. So this important point has to, we bear this into consideration. The mass media, the intellectuals, the think tanks are all playing a very important role in that respect. This in addition also to the role that is played by the civil society. So I'm telling you that if we're talking about 1,600,000 annually and with an increase, if this number is going to be only 600,000 instead of 1,600,000, you see this huge difference, 1 million for 10 years. So we're talking of a decrease in this sense of burden for the country, for the state, for the government. And this is what we all as Egyptians should really feel, the huge responsibility that we are undertaking. This is a huge challenge before us. That's why we as a government, His Excellency President Sisi, by the end of February, had initiated the project of developing the Egyptian family, and this would start through the fiscal year, the new fiscal year, carrying out this those huge steps that we already took on solid grounds towards achieving a sense of incentives for the citizens, and especially also for Egyptian women, to provide them with incentives. We have 3 challenges that we have put for legislations to the parliament, and we need to ratify them with a sense of acceleration concerning those who are below age, the child labor, the below age ones to get married, the child labor. This in addition to having also other challenges, and definitely a real penalty in that respect And I think that this is very important if we're talking about a program to, with a full sense of awareness, to face this challenge of overpopulation. Concerning the social insurance package, His Excellency the President has given us directives to have an extra £100 for those who are receiving the support of the country. We have millions of families who are going to benefit from this, and this is going to be on the supply cards starting from the 1st of September, where the Egyptian citizens are going to benefit from a number of commodities that has been stipulated by the Ministry of Supply, and the data is ready, and he is going to tell you more concerning the procedures that are going to be ready starting by September. Definitely we mainly aim to increase those who are benefiting from Takaful and Karama program. This is a very important program that is benefiting the Egyptian families. We're going to add another 500,000. Also, the Minister of Social Solidarity is working hard on that, and I guess that in the upcoming September, many other families are going to be receiving additional pensions that had added 3 billion to us. However, also side by side, we have the strenuous efforts that has been exerted on behalf of the Coalition Alliance for Civil Societies that are working hand in hand with the government throughout years, and during the recent crises, like in the different also religious celebrations, the coalition has been working hard and had been doing great in that respect. And I would like to thank them all for the great efforts that they had exerted side by side with the government. The coalition had already promised that in addition to 500,000 families that the government had put into consideration to provide more monetary funds, they are going to add an additional 600,000 families, and I will leave Ms. Noha to present the efforts exerted by the coalition in that respect. More than 420,000 families are going to be provided with financial support in that respect. So this is exceeding 5 million families are going to be provided with financial support under the umbrella, and those are the most needy families. So we're talking about nearly a quarter of the Egyptian people are going to be benefiting from this important initiative. There will be also 180,000 families that are going to be provided by supply and food support, and the coalition is going to be also taking the responsibility in that. I would have loved to announce those important steps, and the ministers, my colleagues, are going to highlight all sorts of more incentives to come. Thank you so much, and I thank His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi for his support and for the additional social insurance network, especially at those circumstances where we all have to stand by each other. There would be an additional £100 on the supply card that is presented to the families. There would be cards for one family. This, the £100 would be added to those cards. Some cards would have like 2 families or more. Those who are going to receive extra £200. Other also cards would receive 300 pounds according to the categories, and according to collecting the data that we had received from the monetary authority, and we had already put into consideration the most needy families, those who are in real need of those supply cards. We have 7,650,000 families benefiting from this 7.7 there will be also other supply costs for 2 or 3 families. Thousands also are going to be benefiting from that. More than 3 families on one supply cards. This is a limited number. However, as His Excellency the Prime Minister has outlined, that this is considered to be 36 million beneficiaries from this important initiative. The monthly budget for this is considered 833 million pounds per month. For the supply of the card, we have 64 million beneficiaries, representing 23 million supply cards for the families. So we would say that we have 1 extra billion. So almost 50% more are going to be receiving support. And also we have added more concerning the food chains and the supply for the needy and for the services that is provided for the needy families. We have already revised the data, and starting from the 1st of September, these important procedures are going to be stipulated on solid grounds and to be carried out, and they are going to receive that service. This is also going to be extended to the loaves of bread, those who are receiving loaves of bread under the presidential initiative. Another £100 are going to be added on the supply cards for 6 months. So His Excellency the President had given directives with that for £200 according to the different categories and who deserves them. So upon the directives of the Prime Minister, we are ready, and we've taken all the procedures, and starting the 1st of September, we will be getting this on solid grounds. Her Excellency the Minister of Social Solidarity, concerning Takaful and Karama, the new republic is providing support since His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi had given us directives for social insurance programs to face the different challenges that are there. There has always been a sense of support, a social insurance support for the needy families and for the poor and for the ladies, to empower them, those who are responsible for their families, and to assert that all Egyptians are going to receive a sense of a decent life under the Decent Life Initiative. The Takaful and Karama program is 48% are children under the age of 18, and this means that we are investing in their health and investing in their education. And here we find that the civil society has proven themselves since through the national coalition for helping the needy, through their patriotic stances and their understanding of the national security of Egypt and the national goals. And this is not strange to the coalition. They are really contributing, and we have seen this through our experiences. We are coordinating together to benefit from the different resources present on solid grounds, and so that the help should be provided to the needy. It's not only a matter of monetary support or financial support that we provide providing services, educational services, health services, also supporting the mothers who are working on women empowerment, providing a decent living and a decent house, also extending to the drainage system services, Haya Karima, the Decent Life Initiative. The financial support is not only enough, but it has to be going in parallel with economic empowerment. All Egyptians would be ready and having the potential to work, and encouraging the cycle of production, especially for the local and the rural areas. That's why we are collaborating with the coalition in that respect, and also with those working in the private sector, so that we would further invest in this sense of economic empowerment. Takaful and Karama was last April 22 million. It was 19 before, so 450,000 families were added. Today we have been 25 billion, so this is considered to be a great step on the road. Lots of families are receiving more support in less than 5 months. So this shows how Egypt is respecting human rights and equality of life for all Egyptians, and investment in the human being, putting an end to this sense of illiteracy, combating illiteracy. So we have 12 developmental messages. We need to put an end to the early marriages, illiteracy, the literacy problem, also the use or the consumption of water. All those challenges are put into consideration, and one or sole party would not be working together. We need to make the citizens feel secure. Yes, the cards are already published, and today we are distributing 250,000 of those cards throughout the different governorates through specialized companies. So each family are going to receive their card at their houses, and we are continuing this throughout the month of September with 500,000 families added. I thank you so much, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister. And today, the coalition for working for the extraordinary national security, the agenda, the coalition with all its institutions are carrying out the different initiatives till the end of the year. We have contributed through this package more than supporting 600,000 families who are going to receive monetary or financial support. And this is definitely going to be added extra also support in different celebrations. There will be also a sense of food support from 400 to 500 pounds. And this is going to be for those who are not receiving a continuous sense of pension. And we had according to the demography that of the places we are present in the different Egyptian governorates, there is research that has been done to make sure that they are really needy families who deserve this sense of support. They are the elderly, they are women who need empowerment. This in addition to a plan that is going in parallel to get them out of any sense of poor zones and bring them to a better and provide them with a better quality of life. We have 100,000 projects mainly for economic empowerment, providing them opportunities to work or providing them with pensions or food chain supplies. If we can take like 1 or 2 questions. Thank you. I'm the correspondent of Extra News, and I have one question here. Within the package, the important social insurance package, we just want to also need to secure the fact that we have already a surplus concerning our strategic food chains and food supplies. Do we have, are we secure? Would there be any sort of an operations room that is going to follow up on the sense of distribution in the Egyptian governorates? The final question. Thank you. Hind Mukhtar, I want to talk about the strategy of the development of the Egyptian family. Were there any sort of media plans to provide a sense of awareness for the families in that respect? Safiya from Alamein newspaper concerning the coordination among the statistics that is being provided concerning the extraordinary incentives and the agreement with the International Monetary Fund. We need to know more about the procedures the government has undertaken also in that respect. I want to assert and assure you that concerning the surplus, our strategic surplus of the commodities, I want to tell you that we are always in coordination with the Minister of Supply in that respect, and the numbers are all, we are safe when we are providing an extra £100 on the supply cards. That means that there would be more consumption of those commodities, but I'm telling you that, thank God, we don't have an effect on that on our strategic surplus. And we have concerning the wheat, we have a strategic wheat surplus safe for more than 7 or 8 months. Concerning the other commodities, we are in the secure zone according to the directives of the President, that it should be within the range of 6 months. So all those issues are very much secure and are not at all affected by the additional package. Sure, there is an executive, a number of ministers and an operations room that is working and that is following up this on solid grounds, because this is really natural that by carrying out those sort of procedures on solid grounds, there might be a complaint from the citizens concerning one issue or another. So the operations room is going to deal with that. Definitely the development of the family, and we are working on building the human capital, and there is a media plan in that respect put. And examples and procedures have been there through soft power, through certain ads, and we are going to increase this. Let me tell you also that the government is going to spare no effort in the technical side also and the logistical side of the story of implementing the plan. However, there is a very important role you as media men and journalists and intellectuals and think tanks to play to focus mainly on this important issue, on the challenge of the overpopulation problem in the different media circles. Let me tell you that if we are targeting the youth, those who are newlyweds, we need to tell them this through the media, through the new also media, which is the internet, the social media networks, their way of reaching them. So there should be an unconventional way of addressing them, addressing the youth. And this is what I ask the media stations, that they would take this into consideration, the issue of the overpopulation problem, how to tackle this important issue. And we are definitely going to work on that very well in the coming stage and share. You, the media people, have a very important role to share with the state in that respect. Concerning the coordination of the statistics and the data. We have a unified statistics and a data board, and with the monetary authority, with the different official bodies, we have a unified data network. So if we are going to put like a name of Mostafa Madbouly, for instance, you are going to find that he has taken from which company or which association, and he is taking from the country this sum of money. So we have all this sense of information concerning the developmental process, and this is a great link between the country, the state, the civil society, and the monetary authority concerning the agreement with the International Monetary Fund. And I did talk about this more than once. I want to assert here that negotiations with the fund had started even before the crisis that has ended 2021. We started to talk with the fund because the main vision of the government is that there would be this relations between Egypt and the fund. We were talking about, amidst many challenges like Corona, where the Ukrainian-Russian crisis wouldn't have then appeared to the scene. We had reached that by the end of 2021 and 2022, a program for developing the technical side that would support the economic reform programs and the logistical support. When the Russian-Ukrainian crisis has erupted and there has been additional burden on the foreign currency, we thought of achieving more concerning financial assistance, financial support. So it's the same. I want to assert here that the many talk without knowing the details. We should know the details. People should talk when they know the details. This is very important, that you should know the facts. They would say, tell us the facts then. I want to tell you that these are considered to be among the secret norms of the agreement until we reach it. So there is nothing that the fund is, exerting burden on us at all. I want to say that they are saying that the Egyptian state, the fund has already welcomed the social insurance network that we have worked on, because we know that there is no economic reform program without having a social insurance program working in parallel. So they have no problem or any sort of restraint concerning that. They are welcoming very much the Egyptian social insurance programs. The main issue here is that securing the Egyptian economy without it is being exposed to any sense of bold crises. And this is what we are working on, and we hope that we are going to reach all the components of the agreement with the International Monetary Fund very soon, and it is going to be then published to everyone. I thank you so much for being here, and hope that God Almighty is going to support all our efforts, and we are going to move from the 1st of September to carry out all the directives of the President concerning the new social procedures umbrella, and we are able to deal with any sort of crises. We will never be in silence. Whenever we feel that we need more incentives, the Egyptian state is going to be ready to intervene and to safeguard all the Egyptian citizens. Thank you.